Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin, and I know it's never gonna end, 'cause you've been a good friend.
Welcome back. It's me, Bushcraft, with another video. And I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. I'm only going to do 6 of these, so as you can tell by the title, evidently you read it. 6 items Amish never prep or never stockpile, whatever you want to call it. And for us, we would call these prepping items that we would prep for emergencies or, whatever. And these are items that the Amish won't touch. They stay away from these things. And there's different types of Amish, so there'll probably be some people chiming in saying, oh, I know this Amish person, they prep that stuff and they go to the store and buy that stuff and whatnot. There may be some, but the true Amish, the Amish that stay away from folks like us, they have no electricity, they don't drive cars and that kind of stuff. The true Amish. The way we used to live back in the old days. But anyways, let's get started. The very first thing is commercial canned food or processed food. We'll put it that way. You go into an Amish kitchen or pantry, you won't see none of that. You won't see a can of Sloppy Joe mix or anything like that, canned corn or nothing. You won't go in their freezer and find stuff because they don't have freezers, the true Amish. They won't touch that stuff. And there's many reasons, but we won't go into that. And with these reasons, I'm going to go ahead and give you the Amish alternative. Why they don't do the canned foods and processed foods, it's because they can their own food that they grow from their own land or raise their animals and they can that food and whatnot. They process their own food. They make their own bacon, cure their own hams and raise their own chickens and butcher them and save the eggs, blah, 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 blah. They do the drying, the dehydrating, fermenting. You get the hint. Our next one, number 2, is cleaning supplies. They don't do that stuff. They don't go and go buy pine Sol or anything like that. They stay away from that stuff. It's when you wipe the counters down, it still leaves a chemical residue on the things that is clean, and they don't do that. And the Amish alternative is they make their own cleaning stuff, solutions with vinegar, biodegradable handmade soaps. They use a lot of baking soda, that kind of stuff. And even something as simple as vinegar and sliced up lemons. Soak it in that. It gives a nice aroma when you clean, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's food grade. You could eat it if you wanted to, but that is the difference between what we use here today. We use all the pledge and all that stuff. They use handmade oils and things like that. Our next one, electronics and digital technology. Yeah, you won't see a Amish person with a cell phone looking up YouTube, or what's the recipe for eggs and bacon. You won't see them doing that. And now this one is the Amish alternative. Yeah, if they have like an emergency or something, they get in their buggy and head to the local doctor, which is probably another Amish person. If they need something, they go barter for it from another Amish settlement or neighbor or whatnot. Yeah, they don't have automobiles, and they don't have cell phones. They don't have computers. Most don't even have electricity or running water. They bring their water in from the well. And yeah, bringing water in and not having electricity in the home, not having computers or anything, it's we're spoiled on that stuff. Everyone should at least live somewhere that they are cut off from technology. They have to bring water in to wash dishes. If you want to take a bath, you have to get the wood stove going, put water on top of it, fill up a tub or something to clean. The middle of the night, you got to go to the bathroom. You have to go all the way to the outhouse, where it's just a dug hole with a little building over top of it. Everybody needs to experience that. I almost would rather do that sometimes, but the technology, it's kind of hard to get rid of and whatnot. Okay, our next one. Jewelry, makeup, and cosmetics, fashion accessories. Yeah, you don't see them, flaunting the new iPhone or, Gucci bag or Ray-Ban sunglasses or anything like that. It's just not a thing. Not a real fancy Kentucky Derby big old floppy hat that they wear during those things. You won't see that. They have their own dress wear and whatnot. And here goes the Amish alternative. They create their own style. They create their own clothes, their hats, their shoes. If you ever see Amish making a pair of shoes, it's something. It's a wonderful thing to sit there and watch that. I went to the summit thing and was watching Amish do a lot of these things, making a broom, just making a broom. The stuff in all handmade. They didn't have no, doohickeys or machinery doing this. It was all handmade. They would nail in the nails and weave the stuff in there and everything, all homemade. And that's, you won't see, like, it's all solid colors. You won't see an Amish stand out within a crowd, like if there's like 20 Amish women and there's one Amish lady that has a flower dress. You won't see that. They all wear similar items. The color may change a little bit, but it'll always be the same type of thing. So there's no bragging like, ooh, look at my fancy dress. No, it's always the same. Here's our next one. This is a good one. And right up my alley. Over-the-counter and prescription medications. How many times have you went to Walgreens and waited in line to get your prescription, and there was an Amish horse and buggy in front of you? Never seen that before. I'm in Amish area. I see Amish all the time. And I never see them, going through drive-through or going getting their prescription or something like that. Why is that? The Amish alternative. Because they use medical herbs, tinctures, remedies, all that kind of stuff. They grow it themselves, so they know where that herb comes from. They know that there's not pesticides throughout all that stuff, and they know there's not the medications made from another country where they don't know where all that ingredients come from. Like if they have fevers and stuff, they don't run, oh no, get in a buggy, let's go to Walgreens and get some Tylenol. Nope, they go over to their medicine area, which probably is in their kitchen with everything else, grab some herbs or a tincture and be done with it and move on. They don't have to worry about, what kind of side effects am I going to get with the prescription that the Walgreens or the CVS gave me. Is it the right prescription? They know what it is. Our next one, and it is electric hand tools. I'm sure a lot of them would like to have electric drill and whatnot, but where are they going to plug it in? Most of them don't have electricity, so you don't see them having electric tools. Electric saws, a table saw, any of that stuff. The Amish alternative, they have their own tools. They had hand tools that you have to use muscle. They do their own carving. Some of them actually have, like, if one of the Amish is into a sawmill, or they get these big trees and they cut these logs into boards and stuff. They steam powered, or they do it the old way where they take these things that look like giant hose and they split the boards and all that stuff. All hand tools, carving tools, screwdrivers. They use a peg system where they drill a hole, hand drilling, and they put pegs in there to hold them. They don't use, screws that you get from the hardware store. They make their own stuff. And yeah, and that was our sixth one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to keep this as short as possible. It's 14 minutes, so I'm trying to cut these down. But anyway, we can learn a lot from the Amish. We can learn a lot of different ways that they preserve food, the medication they use, and even what they wear. We don't have to be the fanciest, we don't have to have the new devices and the fancy things. Just be modest and save that money and put it towards preps and things like that. Until next time, God bless.